Hi, today we are featuring our KraftMaid cabinetry. This door style is Durango and the finish is Serenity. We have paired that with a rustic alder natural finish. It really brings a cottage look to the space. We have also included pebbled glass on the doors and a beadboard back on the open cabinet in the center. So that rustic element is brought through the whole space. Below we offer quite a few different features. This kitchen is packed with gadgets. At the end here we have a chrome rail tray divider pull out. So you pull it out, you've got your chrome rails in here. You can drop your cutting boards, cookie sheets, whatever you'd like into the space. And then for the corner, instead of doing the traditional Lazy Susan, we opted for a blind pull-out. So this piece pulls forward and then flips sideways. And then inside in the back, there's two roll trays that pull forward. So it really allows you to access the whole space and be able to organize it and utilize it to the best of its ability. If you have a blind cabinet on top and you want to transition into floating shelves but don't have the space to make a huge feature wall, you can have a blind cabinet with a finished end, and then that will allow you to butt your floating shelves right into it like we did here. So we brought that rustic alder natural feature color back in with the floating shelves, and instead of just having them floating out by themselves, we have them butt up against this finished end of the blind cabinet. We also have a pull-out pantry that features a paper towel roll dispenser on top, and then there's a cubby in the back that you could store baggies or maybe trash bags behind. It's a really nice way to break up the space and still have it be usable. Get some of those things off the counter that you don't want to see. Then we have a 3-drawer deep base. So what makes this different than a standard 3-drawer base is typically you would have a skinny drawer on top, medium drawer, and then a little bit larger on bottom. With this one, you've got two skinny drawers on top and then one really deep drawer on the bottom. So for somebody that maybe doesn't have a lot of space, they can use this bottom drawer for pots and pans, and then they could use the top two for maybe silverware and then utensils. Everything all in one space, but still only using that 30 inches of space linear. For the sink base, we went with a sink base drawer. This is something that you have to check with your contractor to see if you can do, because the plumbing needs to be coming out in the right place in order for this to work. With this particular drawer base on top, you have a U-shaped drawer which goes around the plumbing, and then on the bottom you have a standard drawer. It's a little bit shallower than a normal drawer base would be because they have to leave room for that plumbing in the back. And then on this side, we have the pull-out trash. This is one large single can, so one big can. And then there's a space in the back that you can keep your trash bags in, which is really nice. The top drawer on this cabinet is a knife drawer. So they have slotted spacers for you to be able to set your knives in, and then for the handles, just to protect them from getting scratched up or damaged, there's corkboard there. So it really helps with making sure that nothing gets hurt. And then for the end, we've got KraftMaid's roll tray utility. So this one has that featured finger pull to be able to pull your roll trays out, and then they're spaced out for pantry use. If you wanted to add extra, you could have your contractor install extra rollouts for you, but the space really does allow you to stack up what you need in there. The backsplash in this particular kitchen is a traditional 4-inch square, but there is really nothing traditional about this. This tile is hand done, so each individual one is glazed by hand, and you can really tell because there's a lot of variation in the finish, and when you get up close to it and touch it, you can feel that the clay has been hand formed. So it's really beautiful. It adds quite a bit of character to the kitchen. If there's anything that you see in this space that you would love to have in your home, go to vontobels.com and apply for your design consultation today.